Okay, we're in progress. Okay, let me keep admitting people. Okay, I'm so excited for this. Okay, who is excited for today? Because I am so freaking excited to be hosting all of you. Okay, there's 87 people signed up for this masterclass and 16 of us here live right now, which is so incredible. 17, Ange just came. We love when Ange comes. So this is going to be a training that we get into a rocket ship and we go straight to the moon and we are never looking back. Okay. Today, it feels so special for a number of reasons, but I want this space today to be a space where you never look back. Okay, I want this to be the day where you literally draw a line in the sand and you start seeing quantum growth in your business in short amount of time. Okay, because that's what we're all about. Yes, Heather is ready. So I want to see all 17 of us be in this space today and come with the energy of what if? What if? What if today is the day that you decide that you are the one, that you are already her, that you are it, and that you are you? Okay, that Heather, you are the one. Bly, you are the one. Annie, you are her. Sarah, it's you. You are already her. There's nothing else you need to do. It's you already. Okay? And then you decide to never look back. Can this be that experience for you today? Put an F yes in the chat if you are all in, if you are ready to go. Annie says F yes. F yes from Sarah. F yes from Ange. Yes, I love it. I love it. Full body. Fuck yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I'm loving this energy. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I created today's class to be different. Okay, because here's the thing. I have a program called Iconic Brand Academy. If you want the full strategy on how to magnetize dream clients and reach 10K months on repeat, I have that. And if you want that, I'm going to tell you about it at the end. Okay. But what is even more important than the strategy is remembering who you are, because you are the code to your success. Let me let this person in. Okay. So that's what I want today to be about, is remembering who you are so you can start showing up as her. Are you down for that? Who's down for that? Yes. Put it in the chat. Put your favorite emoji. I want the chat to be blowing up today. Bly says, effing F, yes, fuck yeah, hell yeah, let's fucking go. I love it. Okay. If your children are around, sorry, tell them to go to the other room because we got energy going on here today. Okay. I'm really pumped for today. By crying. Yes, me too. I'm so pumped for today because in my experience of scaling to multi six figures and now to 50K in 3 months, which is the real reason why I'm hosting this masterclass today, is to share my energy with you, to share that win with you, because it's literally so insane to me. And I'm like in awe of how this is happening to me. Okay. But honestly, I remember from the very beginning. Yes, Annie says 50K in 1 month next time. Oh, that's where we're going. That is the energy. Yes, I love you, Annie. But honestly, I remember from the very beginning. I remember sitting in the bedroom that I shared with my then 5-year-old in my mother's basement. I was just fired from my dream nursing job. And this guy named Henry asked me to be on his mastermind. And I had never heard of a mastermind in my life before. Never even heard that word. I was like, wow, mastermind. We're going to be blowing up our minds, right? And I remember it was $1,400. It was basically all the money I had, but he sold me on it. And he told me that it was going to change my life. So I joined, and it did. It changed my whole life. I didn't even have a business yet, but that mastermind is truly what catalyzed me here. Okay. I remember on the last day of that masterclass telling everyone in the class that I have a vision, and that one day I was going to run a multi 6-figure business, and that I'm going to live in this high-rise penthouse, literally in the same building that I live in now. Okay. And I'm going to be known by women around the world for teaching them how to live their most magical and abundant lives right now. And that is literally my reality today. It's so incredible to me. And so I'm going to teach you one of the most powerful things that I've learned along the way, which is shifting my self-concept and identity to see myself as her, to see myself as an icon. Okay, how I moved myself from a frozen state of procrastination and perfectionism and not making moves at all. Ashley's here. To learning how to get myself into icon state. That's what we're going to be learning today. Okay, so this is not what kind of content I post or how I sell something, because I believe that every single one of you, Heather, Bly, Ashley, Annie, Faith, Christy, Martine, Lindsay, Mel, Melinda, Priscilla, I believe you are a genius and you have all the answers inside of you and you don't need me to give them to you. Okay, this masterclass is going to get you into what I call the icon state. Okay, and this is what you need to be in to turn up your magnetism, to call in dream clients and to make 10K months on repeat. Okay, so this masterclass is an invitation for you to start showing up as the most iconic person on the freaking internet. Because when you do that, you're going to break through your own glass ceilings and you're going to fully embody the one. Okay, so it's time to start making decisions easily. It's time to show up online with confidence and conviction. And if you're not muted, go ahead and just mute yourself. It's time to be the woman who fully believes in her magic and her ability to reach her $1 million goals. Okay, so my goal for the next hour is to make this the most valuable hour of your entire freaking week. Okay, so who's excited? Put another yes in the chat. If you can feel the magnetic energy buzzing around in here, the more that we can be in the chat, the more the magnetic the energy is. Okay, I'm so excited for all 19 of you to be here. And am I sharing my screen? Can you guys see the screen? No. Okay, let me do that. I love Heather's face right there. Like, no, you're not. Okay. Now we can see the slides, right? Perfect. Okay, let's dive into this. So I would love to know who you are. Oh, let's let Emma in. Emma's here. Yay. I would love to know in the chat who you are. What do you do? What's your vibe? And why are you here? So put that in the chat. Tell us who you are. This is a community. Every single person inside of this chat is someone you want to know. So let us know who you are, because we don't know how iconic you are until you tell us. Okay?
Oh, you're totally fine.
So tell us in the chat, and don't forget to drink your water. Who are you? Why are you here? What is your business? How can we find you? Hi, Martine. I can't wait to hear who you are. And if you're driving like Mel, it's fine. Don't put it in the chat. And we're welcoming Lindsay, 21 of you here. Okay. I'm going to wait. I can't wait. I think the chat is just going to blow up in just a second. And so I can't wait to read these, what you guys are putting in there. But before we go any deeper. Okay, Sarah says, I'm a coach for multi-passionate female entrepreneurs, and I'm also a singer, songwriter, aspiring keynote speaker. I'm here because I know I'm a badass and I want to feel like a badass. Yes, Sarah, you are a badass. So I can't wait to activate you into that. Amazing. Okay, I love it. I love it. I want to get a couple more in the chat before I move on. So typey. Okay, Annie says, I'm Annie. Her handle is @AnnieWhitney, and I'm a coach for female entrepreneurs that focuses on magnetic messaging and storytelling to sell your magic. I'm here because Kenzi's magic activates me to be my most magnetic self. Yes, that's my favorite thing to do as a manifestor in human design, is activate all of you. Okay, so let's get into it. Keep typing into the chat. I love this. Okay, Christy, I love it. Christy, she's transformed her life with plants and now she's helping others do that. We got Anne, she's a spiritual coach. She helps her clients with mindset and spiritual growth, energy healing. I love it. Here is everybody's Instagram. I want, after we're done with this class, go and follow everybody, okay? Don't do it while I'm teaching. But after, these are amazing people. This community is incredible and we're creating a hive. Okay. So I'm pumped and let's get into this. Okay. So you're here today because of whatever you just put into the chat. Maybe you're a queer coach and a healer that helps girls, gays, and they can move through their shame. Maybe that's you, whatever it is. And also, you want to believe in yourself with full confidence, and you want that to exude through your content so that you can magnetize dream people. Okay, you know that becoming a magnet to success is more than just having the right hook. because you can think about things like, what do I post or what do I say or what's the right strategy? But at the end of the day, the biggest secret to success is that who you are being is the most important part of it all. Okay. When I think about my journey of growing my business, my biggest breakthroughs have come from peeling back the layers of who I thought I was supposed to be and remembering who I was actually born to be. Okay. I let go of so much stuff that was holding me back to get where I am today. So much stuff. And if I think about my strategy from the beginning, from when I first started coming online, it's always been the same. It's how am I going to help you? Would you like to sign up? That's the strategy. That's it. Okay. That's the easy part. It's so simple, but it's who you become that actually makes the journey incredible. And the first thing about icon energy is at first, when you embody it, Sarah, when you embody being that badass, you might be the only one noticing that you're that badass, that you're that icon, or that you've shifted, but you notice it. It's like something clicks. It's like Priscilla was telling me yesterday, something clicked, and you're showing up differently and you believe who you are more. And it's like you literally walk differently. You brush your teeth differently. You hold your body differently, and something has shifted. And maybe nobody else sees it at first, but you see it. And that's the important part, is if you feel it on the inside. Okay. So I want this training. I want this to be a training that you go back and listen to over and over and over and over and over and over again, because it's going to help you massively. Okay. I want you to be able to remember who you are so that you can embody your inner icon. Every single one of you has it. Every person on the planet has an inner icon. Okay. And live in the icon state, because when you nail that, you're going to become a magnet to every single thing that you desire. Put a yes in the chat if this sounds like you. You know that you were put on this planet. Icon state activated, Martine says. I love it. Okay. Put a yes in the chat if these sound like you. You know you were put on this planet to do big things and to be seen in big ways. But deep down, you think that other people have a secret that you don't, like a secret to success. Yes, 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 yes. Heather, Priscilla, Ashley, Sarah, so many yeses in the chat. Yes, yes. Bly, Sam. Well, I'm going to tell you the truth right now, okay? They do have a secret. And the secret is they know who they are and they move like an inner icon. Okay. And that's truly the secret to success, to scaling your biz to 10K months on repeat. And one of the most incredible things that you can do is to just allow yourself to soak that truth in. Because how simple is that? Okay. Allow yourself to be fully present on this training today and come from the lens of, well, what if everything I learned today or the experience that I have for the next hour is everything I need to magnetize my dream clients, to reach those 10K months on repeat or whatever income goal that you have? What if there was actually nothing else you needed but this? Okay. What if there isn't some crazy strategy? And that's one of the biggest things that I see slowing people down. They're doing, right? And they continue to keep looking for some other end destination. Okay. Maybe you're here because you're doing all the things. You're selling in your story every day. You're following the strategy that your coach gave you. But still, you keep looking for some end destination to say that you made it. So you're looking for like X point, or when I have 10,000 followers, then I made it. When I make $10,000 months, then my business is going to be successful. Then I've made it. Just really sit with that for a second, okay? Are there any weird energy leaks or gaps in your body or in your soul where you're like, yeah, actually I am waiting for that end point. I am waiting for when I make six figures. And I do feel like when I make that, then I'll have made it. Are you searching for an end destination to relax? Bly says, Mars and Taurus, we can relax into our success. It's destined to come into us. Yes. Yes. That's the trick to life. And that's exactly what we're diving into today, is when I think about my journey and where I'm at today, 50K in 3 months, I realized I've never worried about the how. Okay. I've always been way more interested in who do I need to become? Okay. Going back to that first coach and that mastermind that I told you about, where I set my vision, that coach, he never told me the how, never. He never said, do this to grow your business. He just said, you need to become. Oh,
Watching it.
okay. Plus, at the beginning, I didn't have the money to figure out the how. I just didn't. I was a single mom. I didn't have it. So all I could do was think about my energy. So what I did was I dove deep into learning manifestation and understanding my emotions, because emotions are energy. Okay. I learned human design. I learned NLP and hypnosis. I learned how to rewire my unconscious mind from who I was taught to be into who I truly am. And by my energy alone, I got to six figures. I did not have a strategy to get to that point. Okay. So I know for a fact that when you show up and when you be her, then the aligned actions are going to come, and then the strategy will follow, and then the how will appear. I promise. And so that's what I'm going to teach you today. In the next 30 or 40 minutes, we're going to dive deep into the strategies and the mindset that you need to get to your next level. Okay. You're going to learn how to take aligned action and create momentum and let go of limiting beliefs, because that's what you need to do to embody icon energy. So you can be that badass. So you can be the one right here, right now. Okay. Let me let somebody in. Okay. So you can become a magnet to the income, to the dream clients, and to the success that you desire. Are you ready? Put a yes in the chat if you're feeling me. Let's freaking go. Okay. Let's unleash the icon that lives inside of you, and let's build your $1 million legacies. Yes. Yes. Let's freaking go. Yes. Yes. Martine and aliens and unlocked. Let's go. Okay. Before we dive all the way in, I'm going to just spend a couple minutes telling you who I am in case you don't know me yet. Hi, I'm Kenzi Rose. And in 2022, I built my first online business to six figures in 11 months. Okay. Now I have ultimate time freedom plus financial freedom to invest in my business and to travel when I want. And like I've said, the main reason I'm hosting this masterclass is because in the last 3 months, I've made 50K. That would have taken me 12 months as a nurse. Okay. And I'm on my way to my first 500K year. And I want to share the energy of that because I know how powerful energy is. That's my main intention with this masterclass. Okay. And I've also helped over 100 women build their online brands. Rebecca is here. Yes. But it wasn't always this way. Not even close. Okay. Before the financial success, before the 50Ks in 3 months, before the dream clients, my life was like this. In 2020, I was fired from what I thought was my dream nursing job. Paid me 40K a year. And at the same time, I lost my home. I had to literally go on WIC, which is like these little coupons they give you to go buy your kid food and food stamps. Okay. So I started working part-time since I got fired, I started working part-time as a virtual nurse, and Morgan's here. Yes. And I started working part-time as a virtual nurse, and I literally would check people's COVID test results. This is during COVID. And I moved into my mother's basement, and I was filled with anxiety, filled with depression. I was too afraid to be on camera. So most of the year, my pictures like that are like with this face. Okay. You can see I was an aesthetics nurse. So I have nice lips in this photo. But even if I had nice lips, I had zero confidence. Okay. I knew I wanted to feel better. I wanted to live a happier life, but I felt exhausted and stuck, and I had no idea how to change that situation. And if you can relate, let me know in the chat, because this is a real and dark place that we move through. Okay. And then in 2021, I remember sitting in my mother's basement in the bedroom that I shared with my 5-year-old child. Ashley says she can totally relate. I see you, Queen. I was sitting there on my bed, on the edge of the bed. I remember it so clearly. I was like being so depressed and being such a victim. And then I was listening to Dr. Joe Dispenza, and he spoke straight to me. He said, Kenzi, if you don't change your situation, if you don't like your situation, choose to change it. Because everything happening to you is a choice. And that was my moment. That was when I realized, wow, I'm literally choosing this, and I want to choose out, but how? So I started studying Dr. Joe Dispenza, which led me to other teachers and down this rabbit hole of healing in 2021, which eventually led me to this woman on Instagram who was doing exactly what I wanted to do, a successful coach, which at the time was being a psychedelic coach. And I wanted to be a thought leader in that space. Okay. I didn't have any money to join her program. So I slid into her DMs and I asked her, I said, can I work for you instead? And so she said, okay. So she hired me part-time. I quit my COVID job. And after not too long after working with this woman who has hundreds of thousands of followers, okay, I saw her work and I thought, if she can do this, I can do this too. I was putting all these stories on her and putting her on this pedestal because she had so many followers. And when I really got into it, I saw, okay, is anyone else having trouble seeing the screen? Okay. What is it? Okay, let me see. What does it look like?
So that bottom right-hand corner where you can see the expand button when you like move down. So when you like hover over the bottom, yeah, on the bottom right-hand corner, you should see the little like two arrows pointing outward.
Where?
The
Oh,
bottom right-hand corner. Yeah, I think that should fix it.
It's clear now.
oh,
Boom.
it's clear now. Okay.
There we go.
Is that
Thank you.
better?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Thanks for telling me. Yes. Okay. Good. 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 Thank you for telling me.
Oh,
Okay.
oh,
So,
real quick, Kenzie. So now it is only showing half the screen.
It just shifted.
It just shifted. There you go.
got it?
Awesome.
Thank you. I love you all. Thank you. Okay. Let's get back into it. So, where was I? Okay, so I was saying that, oh yeah, I started working with this woman. And so when I saw that she could do it, I was like, okay, I got this. I can do this too. So I hired my first business coach. I started learning all the things Instagram, building my online brand. I got trained in NLP. I did tons of plant medicine healing ceremonies. I eventually built the courage to start my own Instagram account, which at the time it was just a faceless account. And I had no plan of what that would come to, but I knew it would be magical. I knew that much. So in 2022, I built that account to 1,000 followers. And that's when I decided to start showing my face. And I put together a one-on-one coaching offer and I started promoting it. Okay. And within 3 months, I had quit my assistant job and I went full in on me. And in that first month, I moved out of my mom's basement. I moved into my dream penthouse. And in 11 months later, I was celebrating my first 100K year. I was working with dozens of women, hosting group programs, and working with high-ticket one-on-one clients. And then in 2023, that's when I created, so last year I created my first digital products, online courses. That's when I scaled to multi-six figures, started helping hundreds of women do the same thing. I started traveling the world, meeting some of my best and closest friends who are here on this call. And along this journey, I've created what I'm calling the icon formula. And that's what we're gonna learn today. So put a fire emoji in the chat if you're ready to go, because we're gonna start the lesson now. So this is, yes, thank you, Martina. I love the heart and fires. Yes, Rebecca. Yes, Annie. Yes, yes, yes. Fire it up. Let's fucking go. Okay. So this is my icon energy formula. First, you embody the vision. Then you move as the one. Then you believe you're the one. Let me let Catherine in. Then you feel like you're the one. And then you will embody icon energy. 4 steps, okay? So the first step in the icon energy formula, embody the vision, AKA walking the talk, okay? You cannot take aligned actions and move as the one, which is step number 2, in your business without first embodying what we desire to be and what we are selling, okay? If you're a coach or a service provider, it is straight up your job to be the walking, breathing embodiment of the results that you are selling. Okay. And if you have not done this thing, it's going to be hard. If you've not done the thing that you're selling, it's going to be hard to sell it. And so I want you to show up online with confidence and conviction. Okay. You have to be the person who has created the results that you are claiming you can help others create. So let's talk about the definition of embodiment. It's to represent a quality or an idea exactly. To represent a quality or an idea exactly. Okay. So here's what I want you to do. If you can, if it's safe to do so, I want you to go ahead and close your eyes right now. We're going to do a little visualization. Okay. I want you to close your eyes and focus at your third eye. Focus right here at your third eye. And I want you to start to imagine your absolute dream life. I want you to start to create a super vivid, clear picture of what that looks like. Okay. What are you doing? Who are you being? What does your life look like? What does it feel like? Who are you spending your time with? And what are you spending your time doing? And this might seem like an exercise that you've done a zillion times on a zillion masterclasses, but I want you to take it more seriously than you ever have before in your life right now, okay? I want you to really zoom in on that vision, and I want you to see every single detail about that future version of you. How is she moving? How is she living? Sitting? How is she breathing and eating and walking? How is she talking? How is she dressing and showing up online? How does she hold herself? What is she doing? Create the vision in your mind. And then when we're done with this visualization, I want you to show up and be the vision right now in this masterclass. I want you to sit up with your shoulders back and your chin up. I want you to be that woman that you see in the vision, or that king, for the next hour. Because you are already her. You don't need to wait for things to fall into place or for things to be perfect. Don't sit around waiting for, if I get this, then I'll do that. If I had more money, if I had more time, more help, whatever, then I would have this or be there now. No. These are lies that you're telling yourself. There's no more waiting, okay? It's time to show up in your life as her now. And the truth is, long before I was making 5-figure months, before I had high-level clients, before I had the time freedom in my schedule, I showed up online in real life as if I was already her, way before I was actually her. And if you're sitting there with your eyes closed right now, like, what the hell are you talking about, Kenzi? Well, I'm saying I created a vision for my life that was dreamy beyond dreamy. That I had the income, that I had the mindset, that I had the energy, the clients, the freedom in my schedule, that I was the woman who was calling in millions of dollars with complete ease. And this meant that I was a little delulu. It still means I'm a little delulu, okay? But I remember I would go to yoga, I would sit in meditation, and I would imagine that I was looking at my phone and I was seeing Stripe payments rolling in. I would do hypnosises where I would I would be visualizing my content blowing up online in the content section, blowing up with people telling me how I was changing their lives. And then I would make that content and I would dance around my house as if that reel just brought in $10,000. Long before it ever happened, okay? I created and called in this life because I was embodying the one and living as her before she existed. So visualize what yours looks like. And then when you're ready, open your eyes and adjust, shift, sit up taller. Do whatever you need to do so that you can spend the next hour patterning into your body the habit of what it feels like to be the vision you just created. The manifestation begins, it takes shape, and the puzzle comes together when we choose to live in the be, do, have method. Be, do, have. This is my formula for manifesting everything. And you might have heard this before, but most people get this backwards. Okay, they think it's have, do, be. Most people live from this space of, once I have more money, more time, more energy, then I'll do what I desire to do so I can be who I'm meant to be. Who's done that before? I have. Once I have more money in my bank account, then I'll hire the coach. Then I'll invest in the program. Then I'll do whatever it takes. Once I have the money right, then I can be her. Lindsay says, yep, I see you. But no, that's not how it works. Okay? The key to embodying the one is to be her now. Be her now. And this means the structure in your business. It means the daily schedule. It means the things that you're doing. Even if you're being imaginative and inventive, like I got to be for a really long time. And even still, I'm not a millionaire yet in the 3D realm. Okay. So I'm still showing up and doing the exact strategy that I just told you about. Like, for example, when I travel, I love to fly first class and I try to as much as I can. But if I can't do that at a certain time in my life, then I'm imagining I am. I'm bringing treats and I'm bringing things that are going to make it feel like I'm in first class for myself. Okay. And that's literally the key to every day of my life. What would the $1 million version of me do? How would she respond in this situation? What boundaries would she create here? What offer would come next if I was the one, and no matter what I put out, I'm going to be successful. I just have to move. Bless, I love how self-loving that is. Yes, that's literally such a key to life, loving yourself, being obsessed with yourself and everything that you do. Okay, because that is what we get to drop into today. We're activating the woman inside of you who has it all, and then she moves. Because we're going to be her first, so we can do what we came to this earth to do, so we can have what we desire to have and what was always made for us. And if you've been in my world at any point in time, if you've ever had a conversation with me, I bet you that I said, your desires are literally made for you. That's like, needs to go on a t-shirt that I make for my merch. If you desire it in any way, shape, or form, it is already on its way to you. There is literally nothing that I believe more than that. If you desire it, it's written in the stars for you. Okay? When I used to imagine and dream about being who I am today, I thought this was going to take me 10 years. Instead, it's been three. Why? Because I was being her long before I was her. Okay? So the first thing I want you to do is be the one, is to start envisioning who she is. I want you to get so clear on what your dream life looks like. What are you doing? Who are you being? What does your life look like? Who are you spending your time with? What are you spending your time doing? And how can you be that version of you right now? And then once you have your vision, I want you to align your brand to support the vision. And I'm going to repeat that. Align your brand to support your vision, not the other way around. Not the vision that supports the brand that supports the vision, okay? Not the type of business that people are telling you is the right way. Hi, Selena, the VIP member of our group today. Okay, what was I saying? Not the way that people are telling you to do it, not some stepping stone process of I have to take 20 years because she took 20 years. No, none of that. The actual fucking brand and business that supports your dream life. In the beginning of 2023, I completely burned my first 6-figure business to the ground. And the reason why is because it was created through a lens of what I thought I was supposed to do, what I thought it was supposed to look like, because it was coming from what I knew in my nursing background. Okay, I thought I had to do certain things to get to where I wanted to be, like climbing this ladder type process, right? Like I have to go through this and that and the other in order to be the successful person that I wanted to be. And then I scraped it all and I burned it to the ground because it was not lighting me up. And I started to actually talk about what I wanted to talk about, which is business and brand and money and finances and empowerment. And I started creating offers that felt fun and exciting to create. And I stopped talking to everyone in my content. And I boldly zeroed in on who I actually wanted to work with. The people who are all in, the people who know that they will stop at nothing to have their dreams come true, not the people who are afraid to get on and post. That's not my person. I don't want to talk to that person, okay? I started saying no to unaligned clients and I stopped worrying about the income. I stopped focusing on how can I fix my money mindset. And I stopped trying to be good enough. And I started showing up in a way that lit my soul on fire. And what that did was it lit all your souls on fire. And then all y'all wanted to come to my class. It wasn't because I was teaching what so-and-so told me I had to teach. And when I stopped worrying about the income and making money, and I only focused on building something that supported my dream vision, when I only focused on having fun, on being creative, on working with people who set my soul on fire, and I stopped trying to follow the rules and fit into an industry, and I started becoming my own industry. It's the best decision I've ever made. Okay? There are 0 rules in this space. Priscilla says, hell yes. And I want you to realize how magical that is, that there are 0 rules. You get to create them. Yes, so powerful, Rebecca says. Step 2 in the Icon Energy formula, move as the one. Okay? How are we feeling, Annie? How are we feeling, Ange? Christy, Emma, Faith, Lindsay, Melinda, Samantha, Sarah, how are we feeling? We moving, yes, okay? Be your own best damn client. What does that mean? If you want to confidently embody Icon Energy, you need to start by embodying the work that you're teaching, okay? You need to go first. And this is going to require you, Ange feels amazing, okay? This is going to require you to take radical responsibility. and to look at things that you're currently offering and ask yourself, am I the embodiment of what I teach, of what I believe and what I offer? And if you're looking at that right now and you're like, well, no, I don't want this to be a place of shame, because shaming yourself is only going to hold you back. Look from a lens of neutrality and radical responsibility. So I want to talk about the daily moves that I make as a multi-six-figure CEO to make sure that I'm embodying icon energy and showing up as my $1 million self. Why I love seeing you move around and have fun. It's so fun to watch. Okay, first, service. I start with service to myself. How am I honoring my cycle? My energetic ebbs and flows, my unique human design. How am I honoring my to-do list and the promises I make to myself? How am I honoring the boundaries that I set for myself and my business and as a mother? How am I personally serving myself? That's my number one priority every day. Because if my cup isn't full, then I can't fill your cup. And then it's service to my people. So every single day I show up and I serve my people in some way. That's also a top priority and value of mine. If you're my VIP client, you know that I show up and I show up for you. That's my favorite thing to do, aside from serving myself. Sometimes that's behind the scenes in Voxer. Sometimes it's through content. Sometimes it's I send an email out. Sometimes it's because I went on Instagram stories, or sometimes it's I hosted this masterclass, right? But every single day I serve my people. And next is selling. If you want to truly embody icon energy, it's going to require you to sell every single freaking day. Okay? I sell every day because I know that my offers change lives. And so I see it as a disservice to not be selling and promoting them. I almost wasn't going to sell at the end of this masterclass, but then I didn't want to leave you hanging, because I know that's a disservice to you. So if you want to make 10K months on repeat, are you selling every single day? And if not, start selling every single day, because the more that you sell, the more that you sell. Okay? The more that you sell, the more that you sell. This can be behind the scenes to somebody who's already your client who you want to upgrade. This could be in an email, could be in a podcast episode if you have one, it could be on your Instagram, infinite ways to sell. But if you want to embody icon energy, you need to sell every day, okay? If selling every day feels strange to you, I want you to change the word to you're sending an invitation. You're inviting people into your magic every single day. And I want you at the very least to be showing up on your Instagram stories and selling your offer, okay? Inviting people to join you. And I'm going to give you a bonus tip that's so magical. It's going to change your life in selling. When you're showing up in your stories and in your content, when you're talking about your offers, talk as if you're speaking to one person, not a whole audience. Get on there and speak to your dream ideal client soul, one person. This will change the game, okay? It's going to change the game and your experience of being able to sell on Instagram. What I just told you is magic. Okay, write it down, because the more that you make your audience, your dream ideal client feel, the more she's going to buy from you. Okay. Oh, I totally just skipped documentation. So again, serve, sell, be the brand, and then document. So document is about creating a brand. Okay. I want to make sure that I'm in the embodiment of what I'm teaching. Okay. So what are the things that I'm currently selling? Iconic Brand Academy. This program is a big deal for me. It's my signature offer. It's my baby, and it's full of massive expansion and transformation. Okay. It's full of strategy and energetics. I'm literally the walking, talking, breathing embodiment of that work that I teach inside of that program. Okay. I teach every single step that I've taken to get to where I am now in terms of content, messaging, confidence, selling, launching, you name it. So I'm embodying that every day, because I know if I want to attract dream clients who want that, then I need to be that. Okay. Document is showing up on socials, showing up on your stories. I want you to think of your stories as your own reality TV show that your audience is obsessed to watch. And I want you to get up on there like you're freaking Kim K and you're doing whatever the freak you want, and people are paying you to watch it. That's the energy, okay? And it's not only documenting for your people, but I want you to start taking notes about what's feeling good every single day, what's serving you. because you, queen, are the code. You are the code to you living your best life and having the business and brand of your dreams. Okay. You have everything you need inside of you right now to go be her now. And then we have believe. This is step 3. Since you were born to receive. Literally. Until now, you were born to receive. And this means money. It means clients. It means ideas. It means creativity. It means you are created to receive every single thing that you desire. If you desire it, it was written in the stars for you. You literally have this insane capacity to receive when you open up to it. Okay. And the thing that blocks your capacity to receive is the conditioning and the false stories that you tell yourself. I have a lot of conversations in my DMs, and one of the most common thing I hear is fear. Not moving because of fear of taking a leap or fear of not doing the thing, fear it won't work out, fear I'll lose people, fear I'm going to fail. So much fear. Can you see yourself doing this? Not moving because of fear? And here's how I want you to think about it. Again, there are literally 0 rules in the online coaching world. And if you want to skyrocket your income and influence, the best thing you can do is think of every move as an experiment. Like you are a scientist of your business, rather than taking action from this place of it has to work or I fail, or there's a right or there's a wrong way to do things. Ashley says, yes, definitely. I've stopped myself from taking action because of fear. Yes. Yes. So instead of thinking it has to be a certain way, how can you be a scientist? It reminds me of chemistry when I was going to be a nurse, right? There's no right or wrong way to do things, but we're going to pour different chemicals in. And the chemicals are the actions. We're going to try different things from this lens of curiosity of let's try an experiment and see what happens. Let's test this, see if I like that. Let's test that, see if I like this. Oh, actually didn't like that. Not going to do that anymore. And the reason many don't do this is because they put an expectation on how it has to look instead of enjoying the journey. They believe that if it doesn't work, they fail. And they stop being a scientist. If I launch this and it doesn't go as planned, then what am I going to do? Oh my God. Have you ever felt that way? And when we're moving from this energy of, oh my God, fear, this is not being the one. No, it's not icon energy. It's stifling your creativity. And it's setting yourself up to fail. Okay, so when you zoom out and realize that the magic is in the journey of getting to the destination, it's not the 50K month that I'm the most excited about. What I'm most excited about and feeling right now is how proud I am of the woman I've become. That is my top feeling right now. Okay, because it's about who you become on the way to your goal. And that is the magic. And that's one of my greatest superpowers and reasons for getting the results so quickly. Yes. Is that I try things. I get an idea and I run with it. And I don't care if someone else is doing it. I don't care if my coach told me to do that. I just do what I want to do and I have fun. I find what works for me and I find what doesn't. Because I know that if I do something that I'm obsessed with and that my energy is on fire, then yours is going to be too. I don't put a pressure on myself to say things have to work out. I just believe and trust that the path that is for me is going to open up as I move as her. Okay. And in order to move as her, we need to talk about the things holding us back. So how do we avoid the mind drama? We don't. You don't. You become fully aware of your thoughts and you make space to feel them. And you meet them with loving kindness. And then you say to the fear, I hear you. I hear you. And it's time to come with me and do it anyway. Okay? But you have to become aware. You can't just avoid your limits. It's not going to go away, I promise. You get to see them fully and you get to decide to take them along with you as you dive into the abyss in full surrender, knowing that when you open up to receive and you go all in, you're opening yourself up to limitless possibilities. Okay. And that when you trust and you jump and you trust that you're going to land in a bed of feathers, because you will. I promise. It's happened to me every time. This is another highly profitable skill to master. It's a superpower of mine, and something that sets me apart in the industry is my ability to have a deep-seated awareness of what I'm thinking so that I can get out of my own way and actually make moves that I need to reach my goals without being held back by unconscious fear. Struggled long enough, over the struggle, over it. Okay, that's what I tell myself, because honestly, success in business, it is about movement, and it's not about the right movement. It's not about the wrong movement. It's not about a specific movement or a one size fits all. It's about movement in general. Are you taking action? Are you moving? Are you sitting on your ideas? Are you sitting on concepts? Are you overthinking things? Are you trying to be perfect? Or are you surrendering and moving? And so the work that gets to be done here is to ask yourself, and I ask myself these questions every single day. What is the fear or thought that comes up when I think about showing up and being the one? So Sarah, what's the fear or thought that comes up when you think about being a badass? What sensation comes up in your body? Where do you feel the restriction? What does the restriction feel like in your body? Heather's is mine have nothing to say. I relate to that one a lot. What does it sound like in my mind? And then the second question I ask myself is, why does it exist? And there's no right or wrong answer here. And I'm going to dive into an example of this, but it gets to be, okay, why does this exist? Why does this feeling or this fear or this thought exist within me? And number 3 is to meet that fear with thought with compassion. We have a tendency to say, oh, I'm afraid that I'm going to fail. And then we say, well, why does that exist? Well, because I failed before and it was uncomfy. And then the next response is, well, that's dumb. That was like a year ago. And why are you still hung up on that? No, 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 no. I need you to be loving to yourself and meet yourself with compassion. Okay. You say, of course you're afraid. Of course, that makes total sense. Right? Before I started this coaching business, the reason why I had so much resistance to talking to you, to talking to who I'm talking to now, is because my whole adult life, one of my greatest issues was finances. And I had this fear that I'm not the right person to teach you how to make money or how to build a business. And I thought that people would laugh at me and think, how could she possibly do that? Because she's never been good at making money. And I had to have this deep heart to heart with myself and remember that there's no greater expert in the world than somebody who's been there before, who struggled before and who has done the work to change themselves and now wants to spread that wisdom and magic around. Because let's be honest, the people that we look to, that we want to learn from, it's not the people who are like, my life has always been easy, look at me. No, it's the people who've struggled first. It's the people who took years to get there. And now they have something, now they know how to do it. So they want to help us quantum leap and do it in less time. Is this making sense? Let me know in the chat if this is making sense to you. Okay. And then step 4, Annie says, perfect sense. Step 4, how is the opposite true? Okay. So you answered, Bly says, wonderful, wonderful, making sense. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Bly says, the coolest thing I can do is take infinite potential is to make a choice and make a move. Yes. Sarah says, I want to land in a bed of money. Yes. Let's land in beds of money. Here we go. I'm going to change it to beds of money. Thanks, Sarah. So step 4 is, how is the opposite true? If you've answered, why does it exist? Now I want you to answer the question of, why does it really not exist? Why is it not an issue? Why is it a non-issue here? Because we hold very paradoxical beliefs about things, right? I call this parts work, but we hold one part that's has a belief that I'm afraid because of these reasons, and another belief of, well, I'm actually not afraid because this is ridiculous and I want to do all these things, right? It's not that we need to convince ourselves that one of the parts is right over the other. It's that we actually need to bridge the gap and hold space for both. Because we're always going to have both. I'll tell you, I always think she's going away and she never does, right? She's always there. And step 5 is to bridge the gap. Okay. And we do that with an affirmation confirmation loop. So let me give you an example. So let's say that you have a fear of raising your prices. If you raise your prices, you won't get clients. Put a yes in the chat if that's ever been your fear. I will say yes, right? Yeah. Annie, yep. Why? Yeah. Yes. Okay. Okay, so Ange, yes. So why does this fear exist? Well, probably because at one point in time you maybe increased your prices and it was complete crickets. Nothing, nobody purchased, right? So then what happened is you went back to where you were before because you were freaked out. And you were like, well, I need my business to work. I need to pay my bills, right? Where's the compassion? Well, of course you're afraid, of course. Because that one time you did it didn't turn out very well. And that was hard, right? Now, how is the opposite true? Well, that one time I actually sold, and then you think about another place in your life. Well, I actually sold something that one time that I thought was never going to sell. And I got some new clients and I built this incredible program. Wow, amazing. So what is the bridge that connects those two beliefs, those two thoughts, those two experiences that are both extremely valid? It's that my desires will never misguide me. And as my prices rise, so does my magnetism. Do you feel that? My desires will never misguide me. And as my prices rise, so does my magnetism. I just need to trust my desires and I need to trust my intuition. Annie says, I feel it. Martine says, love. Yes. And then the next step is to look at that fear and the truth. Because there's been times in the past where charging what I actually wanted for things has risen my magnetism. It's risen my confidence. It's risen my excitement. Heather says, my desires will never misguide me. I don't know how you did that, but it's amazing. Okay. And then I do these affirmation confirmation loops every single day. I write it and I say it and I believe it. As my prices rise, so does my magnetism. And I walk through my day finding evidence of that new truth. How was I magnetizing today? How did I follow my desires and how did it lead me in the right direction? Okay. Action creates confidence. And this, I have a really long thing that I want to say here, but I'm not going to say it because of time. But I want you to know action can be anything. Okay. This doesn't mean that you need to go full out and do all the things that we see all our cute, amazing generators doing. If you're not a generator, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, human design, action can mean a nap. What I do is I'm a manifestor, so I don't have that consistent energy. I base everything off of my cycle. Right now, very confidential information. I'm ovulating, okay? And so that's why I'm here hosting this masterclass, because I know that when I'm ovulating, my creation, my energy is fucking fire. So that's why I'm here right now doing this. If I was on my cycle, I'm not going to plan a masterclass for that, because that's when I literally chill with my bucket of ice cream and I look at all y'all and I cheer you on. That's what I do. Okay. So that's my action though. And so I don't want you to think, the point of this slide, I don't want you to think action has to be you go out and be a generator, move all the time. It can be your own action. Just make sure that you feel like the one in that action. Okay. And before we go on, I want you to put your hand on your heart, everybody. And I want you to take a very deep breath in with me and let it out. And I want you to repeat out loud after me. And now I see Annie and I'm obsessed. I create irresistible offers. Say it with conviction. Amazing. My audience is obsessed with everything I sell. I am obsessed with everything I sell. My clients love to pay me. And my clients always get incredible results because that is the vibe. And so it is. And so it fucking is. Okay. These get to be your real beliefs if you choose them. And here's the thing. It's so important that you rewrite the story about who you are. It's so important that you truly embody the truth that you create irresistible offers. Like truly, 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 every time I sit down to create an offer, when I sat down to create this masterclass, every time I sat down to work on it, the first thing I said, I create this masterclass is going to change lives. That's what I said. That's the energy I went from. I created from, okay? Because when we start to embody this, we start to create magnetic energy, magnetic offers. And if we go into creating with feeling heavy and like things need to be perfect and like, what if nobody buys? What if nobody signs up? What if? Then we move from this energy of doubt and we create from this energy of doubt. And the energy we create from is the energy that people feel. Okay. And it doesn't mean you need to be a high vibe all the time. It means you need to live in alignment. You need to live in alignment. Yes, Ange says, and so it is. And this means you need to be aware of your emotions and how you feel. Okay. If you need to sit down to create and nothing is flowing, don't force yourself to come up with something and don't shame yourself for not feeling creative. When this happens to me, when I'm not feeling in flow, no matter what I do, I pause and I give myself permission to do it another time. And I choose to take a break and I do things that are going to bring my energy back up. get me back into alignment, and then I move from there. I choose to let go of stress. I choose to stop holding on to the idea that things didn't need to be perfect, and I move on to something that feels good. Okay? So instead of trying to force yourself, remember, everything is always happening for you. There's a reason why you're being called to not sit in front of your computer and create content if it's not coming out of you. There's a reason. Get out and enjoy your life, and then come back and tell us about it in your content, okay? I love doing morning pages, dedicated time each morning to a free associated. Yes, that's such an amazing practice. Love that. Alignment is knowing when you're pushed up against an edge that's there for a reason. And I think about this when I'm selling too. If what I'm selling is not flowing like I want it to, what I've learned is that everything is always working out for me. What an amazing thing, right? And so either something is not aligned or I need to shift. But the answer is never to quit. I never, ever, 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 ever quit selling something because it's not flowing. I might want to. Might text my bestie and be like, ha, right? But honestly, I've never sold out an offer, never. And oftentimes my offers sell out after the launch has ended. Most of the time, that's what happens. And so I never, ever, ever, ever give up on anything. I see it all the way through. My energy is I'm going to sell it till it sells. Sell it till it sells. That's my energy. But in the same notion, if I show up and sell and I'm not in the energy that feels good, I'm going to give myself time because we have that power as CEOs. Okay. Put an emoji in the chat if you can commit to letting go of perfectionism, letting go of stress, letting go of the pressure. Because we're setting the tone for pure energetic alignment, meaning that we recognize that stress and pressure and perfectionism eliminate creativity, period, end of story. I love those lips, Martine. So when we don't feel naturally creative, the vibe is not to pressure ourselves to do something that feels off, but rather to give ourselves permission to regulate, reduce stress, and allow creativity to flow naturally, okay? Regulate, reduce stress, and allow our creativity to flow naturally. One of my favorite questions, and one that I've been asking myself a lot lately, is what do I believe is possible when I'm not at 100%? And what usually happens is I'm faced with the truth that somewhere deep down inside of me, I've told myself that I cannot have a successful business or a thriving bank account or be good at motherhood or any of these things if I'm not doing everything perfectly all the time. I found myself subconsciously believing that because I'm not doing everything the way that I would desire it to look, that I'm not going to have success. So what is it that you believe is truly possible when you are not at 100%? And how can you confront those beliefs? Are you carrying a belief that unless I have all my ducks in a row, unless I have it like this and like that, and that this much money in my account and this much time to devote to my morning routine and this, and then I'm not going to be successful? Are you believing that? Because that is not feeling like the one, is that is not embodying icon energy. What I want you to believe and what I'm anchoring myself into believing is that I make the rules. So my morning routine could be reading a book if I want it to be that day. It could be writing a page of journaling like Bly said. It could be simply going on a 5-minute walk. And I can do these. And no matter what it means for me, I am a fucking magnet for the most iconic success by simply being me. That I literally get paid to live my most iconic, fabulous, sparkling life. Okay? I don't need perfectly prompted stories or posts or perfect sales pages to magnetize dream clients. Now, can you have all these things? Yes. And have I had these things before? Absolutely. But I've also hit 10K months with no sales page at all. And the checkout link that just you clicked it and you bought it. So if there's anything inside of you that's believing that the success of your business is a result of insert whatever it is that you are believing, then I want to encourage you to confront that belief right here, right now. I want to remind you that it's not about being high vibe. It's about being in alignment, about knowing when to show up for yourself and when to show up for yourself. meaning sometimes creativity is going to flow and sometimes it's going to be a nice book and a nice cup of coffee because that's what's going to bring you back into alignment. Okay. Bye, Martine. I love you being here. But ultimately, it's remembering that your success is not about being perfect. It's on the beliefs that you carry. So how can you create that creativity? How can you create more from creativity and intuition and less from logic, less from perfectionism and the structure that maybe you believe you have to have? How can you lean into the truths that you create irresistible offers and that your audience is obsessed with everything that you sell because you are obsessed with everything that you sell? Okay? And that is icon energy. Okay? And so I know our time is up. And so if you need to leave, thank you for being here. I love you so much. And I hope you feel so activated and ready to freaking go forward and be your $1 million self today, right now. Thank you, Bye. I love you too. Thank you for being here. I love you. I don't want to leave you hanging. So if you're like, I want to learn how I can actually implement this, then I'm going to go into a quick little, I'm going to tell you about Iconic Brand Academy. If you want to stay for that, stay. I would love to have you stay. And if not, again, thank you for being here. I will see you next time. And I love you so freaking much. Okay. So, but if you're all on board and you want to see what's next, I want to share something with you. Okay. I've created a signature program for those of you who are ready to move forward and to implement this new transformational and life-changing. Bye, Priscilla. Implement this transformational life-changing information. Okay. So it's going to take about 5 to 10 minutes. So if you want to be here, yes, put a yes in the chat. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking learn. No pressure, of course, but I just want to sell to you. Okay. So let me ask you a question. If you follow what I taught you here today and you changed your thoughts and you felt like the one and you started to magnetize dream clients, you're welcome, Lindsay. Thanks for being here. You had the most fun of your life doing it. Do you think that you'd be successful? You're learning the secrets to embodiment here, but to get to the next level and to see results, implementation is key. So let me explain something to you. Imagine that I decided to become a nurse because I used to be one, and I go to school and I read all the books about how to be a good nurse, and I watch all the training videos, and then after 1 week, they send me out to work with patients because that's what happens when you go to nursing school. What are my chances of being a good nurse? Slim, right? Now imagine that they put me on the job and I had a nurse captain and she was there to train me. And she went into every single patient room with me and she watched every move I made and she told me what I was doing well, what I needed improvement on. She had me practice on mannequins. She helped me improve my skills. She pushed me to grow. Now what are my chances of being the best nurse? Well, freaking high, right? And building your brand isn't any different. You can try and go in on all of this on your own, or you can pull up a chair, pull up a chair at my table, go out into the field, find a captain, a leader who's been there before, who can help you get there infinitely faster. Okay. So I want you to ask yourself now, what happens if nothing changes? What happens if you stay where you are and you hope that you can do it on your own and you pray that the clients are going to come in 3 to 4 years from now, soon, right? Or what happens if you decide to change today? If you decide to implement everything I teach you on how to make 10K months on repeat, and you come prepared each week with your action step completed, and you put yourself out there and you get highly visible and you confidently attract dream clients and you earn money in your business so you can pay off your bills, you can afford to go on those luxury vacations, you can buy all the new clothes, you can invest in your dream coach, you can stop worrying about not being able to afford things. Option 2 sounds so much more glamorous to me. And I know that investing in yourself can be scary, but know that what's even more scary is looking back on your life and thinking, wow, I wish I would have gone after my dreams, right? It's impossible to show you everything that you need to make 10K months on repeat in 1 hour, but I tried to cover as much as possible today. And the rest of it is in Iconic Brand Academy. Okay. So this is my hybrid 3-month mastermind experience. And it's going to turn you into the queen of your own iconic online movement. And it's going to convert full body, fuck yes, dream clients who pay your highest rates straight from the DMs. Okay. Iconic Brand Academy is for you if you're ready to take what you learned today to blow up your brand and make 10K months on repeat the easiest thing you've ever done. Okay. You want to create iconic offers and sell them in your stories in a way that makes people jump into them. And you're here to lead a movement and empower and wake up the world with your message. And you want to nail your message plus your energy so your dream clients can buy straight from your content. By the end of the 3 months together in Iconic Brand Academy, you're going to be selling you're going to have offers that you sell every day in your DMs and that sell out. You're going to be creating content that attracts dream clients daily, and you'll be on your way to creating your very own iconic movement with your own ride or die community, just like I have right here. Okay. This is perfect for you if you've created offers, but when you go to sell them, you're not reaching your goals. You've tried all the social media tips and tricks, but the only thing growing is your self-doubt and content creation feels like a chore. Iconic Brand Academy is for you. If you see other coaches making 10K months on repeat and you're thinking, how? If you struggle to make sales through your content, maybe you get some inquiries, but they say it's too expensive, or you're like, people are not buying right now. The economy's bad. And you're ready to set your soul on fire and dance around your kitchen because you're so excited for the type of clients that you're calling in while all the other people are saying that, then you belong in Iconic Brand Academy. Okay. If you spend an hour on content daily, but you're only getting a few followers and love this post, such an inspiration, it's not converting to sales, Iconic Brand Academy is for you. Or if your main income mainly comes from big launches or selling low ticket offers, and you're ready for more of a freedom-based business strategy and higher ticket sales, then Iconic Brand Academy is for you. Okay. So what it comes with is this cohort is going to be starting in July. Okay. So it's a weekly mastermind call for 12 weeks where you get high level of accountability and support to grow your income, blow up your brand. You'll get a portal full of all the formulas, templates, and strategies I've used to build my business to multi-six figures. And it's all super simple, by the way. And you're going to expect fast results from being pushed to take big action from the women in this group. They are iconic. Okay. They move fast. That's why they get big results. I move fast. That's why I get big results. So that's what I expect my queens to do. So you get all this with a value of over $20,000, but obviously that's not what you're paying. The price is $23.97, but since you're still here, I have a special bonus just for you. And if you join in the next 48 hours, so by Sunday, to start in July, you're going to get the program for $18.97. That's $500 off. Plus you're going to get a 60-minute one-on-one onboarding strategy call with me, which is a $9.97 value. Okay. So for the people still here, the 13 of you, I've told you how the whole system works. I've told you how you can build an online business and sell on social media. Okay. I've shown you how Icon Energy alone can be the only formula that you need to be a successful online business owner, coach, service provider, whatever you are. So I'll leave you with this. You're going to need more than information alone. I know you can be successful with what I taught you today, but I also know that if you have coaching, you're going to excel. You're going to have questions that you need answering, and you might need help in the accountability department too. I know that if I would have had that, I would have gotten there so much quicker. So let me tell you, I take my job as a mentor very, very seriously, and I'm not going to let you quit on yourself, and we're going to get through everything together. Okay. And I can't do that with just a few videos and PDFs. Okay. Information alone is not going to get you there, but I will tell you what will. My success rate when people just go at it by themselves, 1%. Okay. Very slim. But when you come and join me and you get in high proximity with me and you join either my mastermind or my VIP containers, the success rate is 100%. Thank you, Ashley. Okay. And if information was enough, then you could just go to Google and we would all be billionaires by now. Okay. But you need a guide who's been there before, who can take you there right now. So I'm going to drop the discounted link below in the chat, and it's going to work for 48 hours. And there are payment plans available. Okay. So if we have any questions, then that's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to stop sharing the screen. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. If you have any questions, if you want to chat with me, I'm here and let's chat. So let me grab the link. And how are we all freaking feeling? You're welcome, Sam. I want to hear how we're feeling about icon energy. Feeling so good. Yes, feeling so good. Love icon energy. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I'm going to show a gallery. Feeling so good. Yes, I love it. Does anyone have any questions while I'm here? Anything that you want to talk about? Anything that's coming up for you? Mel says, I love this. She says, thanks so much, Kenzi. I have to go, but so expansive being in your iconic energy. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. I'm loving this. Felt that I'm spirit. Can't wait to integrate this all. I was thinking when you say to embody and do things like you're already her icon, but you're not there yet financially, then how do you approach that? So some things that I do is like, I would say, okay, I knew that my $1 million self, she always had manicures. Like if you see any of my stuff, I always have great nails because it's like my magic wand, right? And so something I would do is I would just paint them myself. And while I did that, I would make the whole experience, like I put my fancy champagne glass, I don't drink, but like sparkling water, right? I'd put that there and I'd make it a luxurious experience. I'd dim the lighting, maybe put pink lighting on, right? Like whatever it is that your $1 million self experiences, how can you give that to yourself right now? Right? It doesn't have to mean that you go out and spend all the money. Maybe it's, your $1 million self. She has a clean house. Maybe that's it. And so every day you wake up a little bit extra to make sure that your house is clean so that you can feel like her. Okay. Simple things like that. You're welcome, Rebecca. And said, love being in your energy. Thank you. Hope that answered your questions, Lisa. If not, jump on, let's chat. Okay. I love seeing you all here. I know there's like 3 mental projectors here right now, which I love. Got all my mental projectors in the house. Okay, bye. Okay, well, I'm going to leave too. Love you all. Thank you for being here. Heather, you're amazing. Love seeing your face, spending time with you. Mwah. Bly, Sam, Salisa, Melinda, iPhone, whoever you are, Emma, Ange, goodbye. So long, farewell. I will see you next time.